Hey guys, so I'm 37 weeks as of yesterday, and I feel like I feel like these vlogs I complain so much, but maybe it's just like my space to vent. But so what day is it today? Today's Sunday. I on Thursday night started having really bad contractions, and I had them all night. The closest they ever got was like five minutes apart. But I had a doctor's appointment the next morning, so I just thought, you know, if it's not that bad, then I'm just going to wait till Friday. And I went into the doctor on Friday, and it's funny because I already have switched. It's not like a doctor. One of them is like a midwife or nurse practitioner. You get like one of the above. So the very first one that I had was this, she's probably about my age, like Asian lady, and she was like, why are you having 3 kids, and kids are like a waste of money, and this and this and this. And I asked her, I was like, oh well, do you ever want kids or anything? And she was like, no, like kids ruin your life kind of thing. So after that appointment I switched, and I requested a different practitioner, just because I just don't understand why you would want to be in prenatal care if you don't like kids. So anyways, I just didn't feel comfortable with her, and so I switched to this lady, and she's really funny. Anyways, so I went in on Friday, and she was like, so how are you doing? And I said, oh, you know, I was having contractions yesterday, but they weren't like painful. I could just feel them. And she was like, did you call labor and delivery? And I was like, no. And she's like, why didn't you call them? Why didn't you go in? And I said, because they weren't strong enough, and they weren't consistent for long enough. And I said something like, oh, and I don't want to be one of those women who like go in for every little thing when I know that it's nothing serious. And she was like, oh, but I said, I don't want to be one of those women who like go in for everything. And she goes, oh, but do you want to be a woman with a dead baby? And I was like, I think I was just in shock, so I couldn't say anything back. And I was just like, it made me feel like really emotional, because like that's such a horrible thing to say. Like, who would want a dead baby? And like nothing was happening that would make me think that I would have to go to the hospital, because like my contractions were not that bad. I wasn't bleeding or anything. So the rest of the appointment I just felt really like emotional, I guess, and like taken aback. And this is the appointment where they do the group B streptococcus or whatever it's called, the thing where they like Q-tip to make sure you don't have infection. And so I asked her if she could check me to see if I was dilated at all. And she just seemed like real like annoyed. And she's like, oh, now I gotta do all these things that I wasn't planning on doing today. If you had just gone to labor and delivery, they would have checked you. And I was kind of like, but I knew I had an appointment in the morning, so me coming to my appointment is probably more efficient than me like waiting for hours in labor and delivery. So anyways, after all that, I am only 1 centimeter dilated, which really doesn't mean anything. It's funny because you read forums and you read what people say. Every pregnancy is different, every labor is different. You can go from 0 centimeters, 0-faced, to having the baby that day, to like with my second son, I walked around for weeks at 3 centimeters. So really, it doesn't, I mean, I guess it's good. It means something's happening down there. So I went for a long walk yesterday. I've been kind of having irregular contractions. I feel like I'm out of breath all the time. What else? I don't know. It's funny because I think me and my husband both, like, every day we're like, oh, I hope today's the day, because we just want to meet her and see her and kind of like start. But then there's a part of me that's like really, I guess, kind of nervous. Not nervous. It's like when you go on a trip somewhere far away and you can be like on the airplane and you know you're going, but it doesn't feel real. And sometimes even once you get there, it doesn't feel real for a while. So I kind of feel like that. I feel like it's like something we've been anticipating, but it doesn't feel like really real yet. So I'm really excited. I'm not nervous at all about labor or anything. The only thing I'm nervous about is that we'll have enough time for someone to get our kids, me get to the hospital. And then I think the only other thing is breastfeeding. Makes me kind of nervous, but it will be what it'll be. I'll show you my stomach. This is, oh, can you see it? So that's 37 weeks. I'll attach your picture too at the end, but my battery is dying, so hopefully everyone is doing well, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.